Hi there, welcome to another Brickright video. I'm Fraser. No, I'm not. Stop. Hiya, welcome to another Brickright video. I'm Justin. Fraser's behind the camera. We're Brickright, and today we're going to be showing you patio and the process of getting your drainage in and getting your falls and your levels in on your patio. You've got the eco drains in, they're your drainage. I've laid them level from left to right. The outlet is a drain down there, there's a gully there, and there's a drain below ground right where Fraser is, right where he's showing you right now. So those drains are laid level, left to right. Now, what we've done, exaggerated, the only way we can get, you've got to assess where you're working and assess the best place for the water to go. There's no drainage over there, there's no gullies over there, so it's up against the house. If you can angle your patio away from the house, perfect. But we don't always live in a perfect scenario. So in that case, you've got to go to plan 2. Plan 2 in this case is sloping it towards the house, putting the drainage and the eco drains into the actual gullies that we've got on site. Okay. Now we are quite close to DPC level, damp proof course level. You do like to be 150 mil or 2 courses of brick, 6 inches down from your finish level to DPC. There should be a gap, right? This patio that was existing has been in for donkey's years. Check with the customer, no issues with damp, nothing at all. So we put the eco drains in up against the house, okay? So that's where we are with the drainage, and that's the reasons why we've put the drainage there. Once your drainage is in and you've got your 4 inches or 100 mil thick of compacted MOT type 1 base, as we have here, what we've done is we've laid our base slightly like that. Okay, so I'll show you exactly on the bubble what that looks like. So if you lay your patio like that, just slightly, you don't want to put it level, so that's level. You want it slightly off bubble like that, so it's falling, okay? So exaggerated, your patio, all the water is going to hit there and into that drainage that we've just gone through, okay? So what we're doing now is, we are laying the first course through of slabs, level, and when you put the, see what I mean? It's just slightly off level. So we've got a fall on it, and we are ever so slightly above the eco drains with our slabs. So the water goes into it. So we'll get this row in, and then we'll come back to you the rest of it about how to lay out from the first row. So where we are at now is we've got that first row in. We've used the spacers. Now, if you're wondering what the spacers are, these are just 10 mil window packers. If you go on Amazon, eBay, anywhere like that, 10 mil window packers, you'll find these, and you can use these as your 10 mil spacers. They do 5 mil, 3 mil, whatever spacer size you're using, they're on there anyway, okay? We've laid all that row in there now, job done. As I said, level from left to right, and just on the edge of the bubble, on that line as we showed you, right? So the next one, Fraser's measured up, because we're laying these half bond, as you'll see. So the principle of what you do, you could start setting string lines up, transferring your level up there and using lines and stuff, but for a DIYer, for somebody who's starting out, this method is foolproof, okay? So what you do, lay your bed, 4 and 1 mix, 4 sand, 1 cement mix with a bit of feb, that's your mix. So use the back of your trowel and get your bed as flat as you possibly can. Right, there we go. Right, that's looking pretty flat now, okay? Now, using your spinet level, if you put the spinet level on the bed, come down and have a look at the level. So you can see that this side here is too high, okay? So that level is for the non-professional. Somebody, or for the professional, because we do that from time to time, especially when you're on your first one like this. So if I just move that about a little bit, just to lower the level ever so slightly, and then try it again. It's still quite high, okay? So don't panic. Don't panic. Just get it right. Right, let's try it again. Right, so we're closer to where we need to be now, okay? That's where we need to be. All right, so you lay this bed ever so slightly higher than this bit. Furrow that back, take that off, leave a gap there. So when your slab goes on top, you want to hit that down. You don't want the cement coming up through the joint because you won't have enough room then for your pointing. So furrow that back, and then what I do, sign a Zorro. That just helps us to be able to hit the slab down, right? So that's ready now. So once we get to this bit, very important, paving slurry, the Fraser's mixed up. You can get this from any builders, merchants. Just go in and ask them for paving slurry. Or if you don't want to use paving slurry, if you use some SBR and some cement, neat cement, and mix that in, you can create the same as what we've got here, the paving slurry. So we've got this applicator. You can use a brush, you can use a roller, you can use whatever you want, okay? So just get this on. And what this does, this helps the slab bond to the actual cement. Very important. All right. I tend to leave it off the edges ever so slightly. So if you want to pick it up, your fingers are not touching the slurry and you're not transferring the slurry all over the slab. Right, so you want to lay it, grab it from this corner, not touching the slurry, look, that corner, pick him up, corner to corner, 1 foot there, 1 foot there, bend knees, nice straight back, mark it up with Fraser's lines he's got there, try and get a 10mm joint, done, right, that's the slab in. Now then, what's important is it's pretty level from left to right. Now what I'm looking for is all important fall. If I put that on there, we're not far away from there now, right? It's where it needs to be, roughly. It just needs a little tap. That's level. And then what you're looking underneath the level to see any gaps, okay? Any gaps. So I'm going to give it a slight tap. You see that level now, look, Fraser? See, it's not level. It's just on the line. Yeah? So that is what that's what we're looking for it to be just on the line as it is. So that's done now. That's done. It's on the line the Fraser put there for me. 10mm spacer. 10mm spacer. Clean my edges up. Ready for the next one. And what I tend to do, I push, right? So I push all the cement, force it into there like that, so you know that tile or slab is full of cement. And I'll do it the same for this one. There we are. So the whole thing now has been laid properly. Last thing you want to do, if you've got any compost spillages, cement spillages, mortar spillages, or slurry you happen to get on the slab, just clean it and wash it all off. Now what we do now, this is our base now. Everything comes on this. So this next slab just gets laid level to the top of this slab, level to the top of that side of the slab there, level here, level there on the next one, which we will show you, and you just lay them all in level and just keep checking your fall on every one. And that's it. You've got your falls, you've got your levels, you've got everything set up now, ready to go. And then once you lay this row, you just put another one in here, half bond, make sure you've got your falls on it, make sure there's no lines underneath the patio and it's level, and you've got your other row, and you just keep doing that until you're finished. There we go. So here we go then. We've got our bed in. I've done the same principle. I've gone slightly higher than the underside of that slab, slightly higher the underside of this slab, I've even levelled from there to there like you would do as a DIY. I got my sign Zorro, Fraser slurried it up. There we go, in she goes. Right, so over to the level inside of it now. So top tip for you, before you start levelling, putting your spirit levels on it, I don't know if you can see this, but I can feel that that's higher. Okay, inspect your slab all the way around, and if you can see anything that's obviously higher, like that is, just hit that down. Okay, couple of little taps. So now we're looking level off this slab, left to right, okay? And I'm looking underneath my level for any gaps. So, right, we're not far off there now. Check the top. Right, that's level. That's not far out. Right, so we're checking through here now. Have a look at that there, Free. So you've got your just touching the bubble. So that's done. It's level from left to right, both sides. I'm happy where it is. Before we go any further, make sure the slab's clean. If you don't clean it now at this point, you could risk staining tile. If you've got, see this, top tip for you, right? Even though I feathered that back, because I've hit it a few times, see that cement in there? If you've got cement in there, you can't, because you need a gap in there for you to be able to put your jointing compound in, or your flow point, or whatever you're using. So just get that out and use one of your spacers to do it. Put that in there, 10mm spacers, all the way around. Right, now what I'm doing, I'll chuck that in there now. Ready for the next one. Back of the trowel, flush that up. That's done. And then what I'll do is I'll just put this in there, ready for the next one. Flush that up on my back of my trowel. Last little top tip for you, when you've finished, just to make sure this tile or slab is tight to your spacers, hit this towards there, pinching up against the spacers, both sides of it. There we go. Onto this one. I just lay that level, check my floor fall, go along to the end. There we go. Great. Right, this is where we got to yesterday. Today, we're on the line. Really, have been able to work because it's 4 degrees in the van, and the wind chill is -6. And to be honest with you, it's absolutely bitterly cold, and I just want to go home because it's just too bloody cold to work. When you've been out in it all week, it's Friday, it does start to get on your nerves a little bit. But anyway, I don't know how much filming we're going to be able to do. We'll give it our best. So what we're going to do is, let me just try and show you. We got these bits to fill in, that bit up there, look, this bit here, and all this to fill in around here, the cuts today. And what we're going to propose to do is I'm going to leave like a 100mm gap all the way around, because all this stonework is all, you can't cut clean up against it, because the paving will follow the fact that it's not a straight line. The stonework is like all in and out. So I think if we leave a clean 100mm cut all the way around and then fill it with chip-ins, that's going to be our best bet. So I'm going to relay that over to the customer, see what she says. If she's happy with that, that's what we're going to do. I was just going to try and get some work on the go, because it's bloody cold and I don't like it. Oh, how do you find the cold, Fraser? A lot of people like the cold weather. Like Dan, we used to work with, used to love the cold weather, didn't he? How do you find it? You hate it?
got about 9 layers on and I'm still cold.
Yeah, well I'm fat, so I got a fat layer on and all my thermals and thermal pants and all the rest of it on, and
Yeah, not for me.
we talked about all these people in Alaska and stuff go out there and they love it out there, don't they?
Freaks. That's my
Absolute
opinion.
bloody nut jobs.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah, anyway, let's just get on with it, get the day over with, get back home, get the central heating on, and stop bloody moaning, is it?
Can't afford a central heating. You were just saying to put the central heating on. Can't afford it. Got a new smart meter, me and my girlfriend, and we woke up today and she'd been awake for an hour downstairs, and our budget for the day was already half full after an hour. So looks like we're gonna freeze tonight then.
If you want to watch happy videos and somebody that's smiling doing this, just go and watch someone else. Alright, so just trying to put you in the picture of exactly how we've set this out, right? We've spent a lot of time now spraying this out. One, so the customer can see what the patio is going to look like, and two, so we know where we're laying and what we're doing. What we decided to do was, this patio that we've pretty much laid is coming through straight lines this way, and we thought it'd be a nice touch to change it 90 degrees to it and come that way. So pass that to the customer. She's agreed, so that's what we've gone for. There's a few issues and problems we've had to get over before we start laying, and I'll go through them with you now. So the first problem is this conservatory is not square to the house. So what we've done, drawn a line square off the conservatory going along there, and Frey now it's 600 slabs, we can go from there to there 600. You can take a measurement from there to there, and you can take a measurement from there to there, and we can do that all the way along off that line, and then everything comes off square off the conservatory, not the house. That's the first one. Second one is, not only did that have to work, it had to work out with the cuts. So they wanted to keep this curve because her dad built it, and unfortunately Dad's no longer with us, and they wanted to just keep what he'd set out in the garden, which is totally understandable. So we're willing to go with it, but we've had an issue with this, so I'll come back to that. The other thing that we needed to do was, when we come to this side bit here, we've got a 600 path going along there, so I wanted to get that, I wanted to get the slabs to finish kind of half bond to this. It was either going to be a full slab or half bond, so we've gone half bond, and this is the reason why. So when we get our tiles coming through here, so that line there works out as the 600. So as you can see from the left hand side of my finger, the slab's not long enough to go that way, and I think there's 2 or 3, maybe that one, and this one, and that one, so 3 or 4 then that won't fit 600. So what we're going to do, we're going to use 900 by 600 slabs and oversail them and cut them off to what we need, and when it's laid, you pretty much won't know that it's a 900 by 600. We tried to move the patio over to make it full slabs, and it come to that blue line there, which meant you had a tiny little slither cut, so that probably would have come off and hurt somebody. So it's trying to get it to look right, it's trying to get it to be safe, and it's trying to get it to line up with what we got there, and it's trying to get it to line up with what we got going round the side, and it's trying to get the bigger slabs on the edges here, so that when somebody walks on them, they don't tip off, the slabs don't come off and somebody falls and hurts themselves. So that's where we are with it. That's what we got. Spraying it out, we've managed to be able to count all the slabs that we've got, and there's around about 50. So we've got all the slabs round here. Fraser's ready to start cutting the slabs, Ryan's doing the mix. So there we are. I thought I'd update you, and let's just start cutting and laying and get on with it. Right, that's where we got to. So flowpoint time. As I always say with flowpoint, damp your slabs up first, and then we've got a sump area in here, look, which we haven't laid yet, because all the flowpoint, when it gets washed off, is going to go and be washed off into this area. When the flowpoint's finished, we can lay this area and then flowpoint this and just sponge it off. So critical that you get an area where you can wash your flowpoint into called the sump area. So let's get on with it. So you got all the flow point in now. That's 2 bags. I think it said 65 square meters. I needed, I think it was 2 bags. This is nowhere near 65 square meters, and we've used 2 bags. So be careful when you're ordering it. Anyway, that's in now. Just waiting for it to set a little bit, and then we just done that little bit with what was left over, and then we can wash it off. Question for you guys. Hang on for a show. We got this still RE 110 plus jet wash. Let me know what they're like, because we've just bought it. I've been through 2 cartridges. The hose pops off them continuously, and they just don't seem to last us the stead of time. So I've kind of bin cartridge and I've gone onto this still. So let me know what you think of this machine, and let me know what machine you think is best for pressure washing, because we don't seem to have a lot of luck with them at all, do we? No. And when you're flow pointing and the end's popping off and it's playing up, and you need to get onto this and jet wash it off because it's a rapid set, it's very, very frustrating, mate, isn't it? So I'm hoping this machine's going to be a little bit better for us. Yeah, I think what you need to understand about flow point is this time of year, so we're in February in the UK, current temperature hovering between 5 and 6 degrees, right? So flow point, if it's 5 and 6 degrees, is going to take a while to set before you can jet wash it off. As you can see, it's been left here now for probably around about half an hour, 40 minutes, and it's just creeping up to a point where we can consider jet washing. So 30-40 minutes for flow point. If you're a DIYer and you're using this product and you're a bit scared, do it when the temperature's cooler. Maybe not as cold as today, but when the temperature's cooler, you've got more time for the product to actually start setting. In contrast to that, if it was, say, summertime and it was 20-25 degrees, within 10-15 minutes you'd be panicking, putting this on as a DIY and thinking, bloody hell, it's all set, I got to get it off. So the temperature and the weather conditions make a dramatic impact on how much time you've got for it to be installed, set and jet washed off. So I just thought I'd share it with you. So trying to do this with one hand, you'll have to excuse. So what we do with this now, look, so to wash it off, we don't want it to go down the drains here. So on a light jet wash and at a 45-degree angle, just there we are. Now, don't put too much on there, and he's brushing all that off now. Look into our sump area. A light brush. So when you brush this off, right, if you put your finger on the joint, if you put your finger on the joint and it's firm, and the actual flow point isn't leaving an indentation of your finger, it's good to jet wash off, and that's where we are with it. A lot of people say that they have a lot of staining on their slabs. To avoid that, soft brush like Fraser's got, wet it very, very lightly, 45-degree angle, keep the product moving on top of your paving, and then what you'll find is it reduces, or it actually eliminates the chances of it staining. So I've put this phone back in my pocket now, you get the gist, and I'm going to show you what it's like when it's finished. There we are then. There we have it. So all the flow point is still in the joints. Let's just go to any random joint, look. There we go. Still right to the top of the joints. So all we did, look, just in case people are worried about getting it in the drains, which is what puts a lot of people off, we jet washed these 2 rows here, washed it down into the sump area on a light jet wash, and just put a bit on, Fraser brushed it off, put a bit of jet wash on, Fraser brushed it off, left all this, right? So we cleared all this, 100% clear. Then we did the same onto these 2 rows, and then the rest, and just did it by 2 rows and just did a bit. And then at the end, I've just gone over on a high jet wash, 45-degree angle, quite a bit of a distance away, and cleaned it all off. There's nothing gone in the drains. All the drains are perfectly clear and running. I've checked them. All the water's gone down through the scalpings, look into the sump area. That worked perfectly. This afternoon now we start laying there, get all these cut in, and we can just sponge that off then with the sponge rather than using the jet wash. So job done. So what we decided then, customer wants to do this because, let me just show you quickly, all this wall is all kind of in and out. It's like a dog's hind leg. It's because it's all stonework and it's not particularly straight anyway. And then when we go around here, this is all, it's not curved, it's like a 50p piece. And likewise all the way around, it's just like a 50p piece. It's in and out. So what I've tried to do, you can see the lines, I've tried to create some kind of curve but still go into that, so the gap is the same 120mm all the way around. So you just got to cut it off now. Right? Excited?
I'm so excited, I've already started though.
Oh yeah, bloody hell. Well, I better get on the disc cutter and catch up then. So we'll whack you on a hyperspace. So top tip for you when you're doing your patio, when you order your flow point, don't make a mistake like I just bloody did. I've ordered, and it took 3 days to get here, it cost me 117 quid. I ordered the flow point smooth charcoal, and we're using the flow point smooth grey. So I'll show you. So we got all this set up for flow point now, look. Jet wash is out, everything's ready to rock and roll. We're here, we've waited for the rain to stop. All ready to rock and roll, and we can't do it because if I do it, that's grey, this would be charcoal. So yeah, don't make the same mistake as Monkey Brain did. There we go, spent a ton of time on that really, put a big effort in to get it to look right. So when you look down from here, you can see the gap between the stone and there is the same. It looks wrong there, doesn't it? But you can't look at it from there, you've got to look at it from on top. So when you look at it on top there, it all looks pretty much the same. So what we did is, oh god, to get that looking like that, we've chamfered the edge as well to make it look like one of the original slabs. We polished it, messed about with it, and yeah, it's all really nice. There's no disc cutter lines in here because it's all been polished. So yeah, really pleased with that. Looks really nice. The trials and tribulations of running your own business. So Uncle Bryn, who was our van, put it in, and just all I wanted was an engine water flush. So get all the old antifreeze out, new expansion tank, new antifreeze in. Day later that happened. Day later, heater matrix is gone, completely knackered. All the inside of the van's all fogged up, stinks of antifreeze, heater matrix knackered. At a price, 1,500 quid. So now I gotta pay 1,500 quid to have the dashboard ripped out and a new heater matrix put in. So not a happy camper at all. If I could set fire, burn the van and then stamp all over him, at the moment I think I probably would. I knew it'd come in freeze. The flow point cost me gotta laugh, haven't you? 117 quid for the first batch of flow point, knackered, right? I cocked it up because I ordered the wrong one. Then the van, I got to go in for repair. I've just got that out of the van now. Tried it with 3 batteries, fully charged, don't work. So there we are. I'm just gonna buy some dynamite from America. When it comes here, I'm just gonna blow myself up inside the van and just end everything. Be easier. there you go. I hope you liked the patio. It's been a really nice job for us to do around the side now. Fraser's going to take over, so that's the next video. So this one's done. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and you know what I'm going to say, we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Cheers.